I'm John Morra, and I'm going to answer 10 questions for CSI. My favorite player is Ronnie O'Sullivan, just because of the cue action. He's got the straightest cue action in any cue sport. I think he could be successful at any cue sport just because of that cue action, and I try and emulate that a little bit. But I have one other player, and it's Alex, just for his heart, and I've watched him grow up from being an amateur, just moving over to Canada from the Philippines, and to being a world champion and one of the best all-around players the game's ever seen. So. My favorite game is 10 ball at the moment, but when I won the Banks, it was Banks at the Derby City. But I'd have to say 10 ball is the best game because I'm so used to playing 9 ball over the years, and 10 ball just adds a little bit more of the positional play and strategy, kicking, breaking. You have to step it up in every one of those departments. So that's why 10 ball I think is the best game. Right now, my least favorite game is probably straight pool because I never really play it. I want to start playing more of it because I know how good it is for your game in terms of caromming and picking the right shot, because there's so many different balls to shoot, and just dealing with building a high run. That's what the game's probably best for. And there's really no limit to how far you can run, so it's just my least favorite because I don't play it. I'm just uncomfortable playing it, but I know it's a good game. I wish there was more reason to play it. The best quality I would say I like is just the determination. You can really see if the player's determined, and that'll mean that he's focused and he's trying his best. So determination, probably the best trait. And you can just see it in someone's face when they're playing, or if they're in their chair waiting to shoot. You know, they're not looking everywhere. Their eyes are on the table, and they're just preparing for their next shot. Probably the bad sportsmanship is what I dislike the most in a player. When you see them getting upset, banging stuff, or their cues, whatever, and just, arrogance and chirping to the crowd or whatever, trying to throw off their opponent, trying to pull moves. Just the stuff that probably everyone doesn't like, the obvious things. That's a tough question. Probably the weakest part of my game is when I lose confidence, when I lose focus. But mainly confidence, you just I could be running out really well or playing a good 3-4 games, and then I let something get in my head and it totally messes with my gear that I'm on, or whatever you want to call it. But I guess it's a mixture of losing your focus and your confidence. So I'd probably say those two things are really closely linked, and that's my weakness. My biggest strength as a player, I think I make a lot of shots that my opponent doesn't expect me to make, under the circumstances. With the last match, my first match with Ralph today, I pulled off a lot of kicks. I think I made every kick I shot at almost, and just when I'm backed up against the ropes and it looks like I should probably miss a shot, a tough shot, I think I come with those big match-changing shots where I put myself right back in the match, and I kind of take the wind and the momentum out of my opponent. So I think it's coming with the unexpected shots. Biggest regret. My biggest regret about myself in the game is probably when I hit about 14, 15 years old, I kind of dipped into the partying scene too much. And it's so hard. I bet a lot of pool players can say the same. A lot of pros, amateurs, whatever. It's just always around you in a pool room. It's right there. And when you're old enough, I don't know. I would say most. I can only speak for myself, but I would say for the most part, it's a temptation for all the pool players. And for me, I think I've kind of let my talent get away a little bit because of it. So now I make sure I go to the gym every day, and I just try and stay away from that because I realize how much talent, when you have a gift, you got to take full advantage of it. So biggest regret is the party life. Greatest achievement for sure would be the Derby City Banks 2012 when I beat Chen in the final. Because it was my first major pro event win. Like, I won the US bar table the year before, but that was on a bar table and more amateurs than pros. I did beat pros, and I double dipped Camco in the final, but winning the Banks, 404 players, and I went all the way to the final undefeated. And to beat Chen, who's one of my heroes in the game, was huge for me. And it kind of broke the ice. Before that, I didn't know if I can do it, if I could win a pro event. I've come close before, but I won the event, and it gave me a lot of confidence. This is going to sound kind of strange, but if I could be any other player, I'd like to be Dennis Hatch. I like the way he makes the game look easy and effortless. He puts a lot of fear into his opponents with just the size he is and the agility he has around the table, his demeanor. He's all confidence, and I like watching him play out of any pool player the most, simply because of how easy he makes the game look. Earl's also like that, but Dennis, I think, just has that advantage because of how big and strong he is. And he just knows the game so well. He's got such a good mind for it.